Welcome to Edinburgh Central Library and the magnificent George Washington Browne building. Serving the whole of the city, it's home to the specialist departments of music, art, children's and heritage, as well as having outstanding lending and reference departments. Edinburgh was the last of the Scottish cities to adopt the Public Libraries Act, and did so in 1886 when Andrew Carnegie, the Scots-born philanthropist, donated £50,000 to the city to build a free library. The building was designed by architect George Washington Browne in a French Renaissance style, and it certainly bears striking resemblance to some of the great chateaux of the Loire Valley. The entrance is guarded by wrought iron gates in an organic thistle design with castle and anchor motifs. Above the entrance, "Let there be light" is carved into the stonework. This was something that Carnegie insisted was placed above the entrance to every library that he funded. Further up, there are three large roundels. In the centre, the coat of arms for the city of Edinburgh. To its left, the arms of Scotland, and to the right, the royal arms. 9 small square reliefs run along the length of the building, relating to the history of printing in Scotland. When the library opened in 1890, it consisted of 3 departments, not like the 7 we have today, and it's these that we're going to look at now. The lending department is on the ground floor, exactly where it was on opening day. The shelving that you can see around the edges is original too. The centre, however, is very different. Originally, users weren't allowed anywhere near the books to browse through them. In fact, they were prevented from getting anywhere near them by a counter that ran 110 feet round the centre of the room, behind which the attendant stood. If you wanted to know what books there were, you consulted tables in the middle of the room that had catalogues on them. And above the doorway, there was a huge board known as a cockgreave indicator that told you whether your books were in or out. If they were marked in blue, you could have them, but if they were marked in red, they were out on loan to someone else. Today, the reference library only has 1 entrance, but originally it had 2. This large and very ornate one was for the women, and this smaller, plainer one was for the men. This area here was reserved for women and was screened off from the rest of the department between the pillars. The ladies were very well looked after and had the only fireplace in the whole building. There was also, to its right, a spiral staircase that led down to the ladies' toilets. The rest of the department, however, is pretty much unchanged. We still have the original card catalogue on the east wall, as well as the wrought iron gallery that runs right round the department. And overhead, the magnificent dome, one of the finest examples of its type in Scotland. Today this is the Scottish Library, but originally it was the newsroom, where you could come and read the daily newspapers. Of all the Victorian departments that we visited today, this is the one that's changed the most. Originally, there would have been tiles to a height of 8 feet, all the way around the room, seemingly for easy cleaning. Also, you would have seen 50 huge big mahogany stands, which would have held the newspapers. In the 1960s, the library was running out of space, and the mezzanine level above was added. Unfortunately, all the tiles were removed, and all that remains today are these ones, which are now sited on the stairs. The library has come far in the last 120 years, and continues to meet the developing needs of our users. It is fair to say, however, that we still hold fast to Andrew Carnegie's founding principles, and the George Washington Browne building is a magnificent reminder of where we've come from.